Hey, what is happening, guys? This is the Lightning Shade coming at you with another video. So today we are going to talk about something controversial. It's a big thing now. Well, not that big of a thing because normally I don't care what people say about a video game because I play for myself, for personal experience. Because sometimes I love a game that everyone hates, The Quiet Man, for example. Well, when we talk about controversy and video games, it's IGN. So IGN made a video review for Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. She's always a good thing when it comes to Kingdom Hearts and a Square Enix product. I'm not gonna shit on them that much because yeah, they do good reviews at times. But yeah, you know, but let's skip the introduction then. Well, name's like Nate 8. Let's talk about IGN's Remind review. So basically, IGN made their review of Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. Now, I was actually making my Final Fantasy VII Remake, the theme trailer, the breakdown of it, and then this came up, so yeah. Really though, it's funny to me because someone's car. I think that's just me. I don't think you can hear it, but yeah, basically IGN said, you know, well, we didn't finish it, but we'll give our review, which is honestly a bad thing if you're like a lot of people watch IGN for the reviews and maybe for like video game new stuff, and it's kind of scary that their reviews are sometimes the most controversial thing that ever existed ever. Like, I remember, what was it, the Cuphead review, they gave a low score because they didn't complete the tutorial, like the jump thing. That was hilarious, but that so stupid. Now, in this review right here, he said he's glad that it was truly challenging, but he wished it was in the base game. Not really, because even if you think of the Radiant Garden within the Cavern of Remembrance, that was basically a somewhat DLC because you had to buy Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix in order to get that. And he said that if you just add over a dozen bosses, it doesn't give that much significance. No, it does. Like, seriously, I think the biggest part of my portion of playing Remind was the limit cut, getting beaten up, learning how to fight them, so on and so forth. But the thing that people hate most about this review is the fact that they never complete the game, the DLC. They completed a part of it, and they only fought 4 limit bosses, right? And that's it. They stopped over there. Now, I understand this reviewer must have been tight on time, and that's why he had to wrap it up. But at least at the end of the review, say, I'll finish this game and give my final verdict. Because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, the limit cut and the secret boss is like my favorite parts of the DLC. And honestly, you know, he basically said it's an okay DLC, 6 out of 10. And if you see my review on it, it's like very in-depth. It's like 22 minutes, so you guys can go check that out. It's gonna be in my channel somewhere. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, he never finished the secret boss, so I had a problem with that. But if you see Screen Rant, they finished it. They gave a lower score. Actually, they gave it, I think, a 4 out of 10 or a 2 out of 5, so which is basically the same thing. Honestly, yeah, that's very bad numbers. But again, they're saying the DLC is a little bit more overpriced, and that's the general consent that it's a little bit overpriced. I think if it was $25, people would have been fine with it. I'm not too sure about that. The recycled bosses, there was only 2 recycled bosses. Well, there was actually, yeah, I agree with that, recycled bosses stuff. But they basically reviewed everything, so I respect them for that. They completed it and they gave their thoughts about it because they completed it. And that's the thing, it's not that long of a DLC, like the DLC itself. Then limit cut is the longest part for me, and then depending on your Zora, that can take most of your time. But I respect them because they actually fought your Zora, which is a good thing, and they saw the secret ending, so that's a good thing because they finished it. I respect them for that, and yeah, I just like them for doing that. However, you look at GameSpot, their review, so they basically said Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind review for get about it. So they basically said that, well, it's the same thing. They rated it 2 out of 10 or a 2 out of 5 or a 4 out of 10. That's basically like the general standpoint. I think it was a 4 out of 10. So yeah, so basically they talked about Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, their thoughts. But here's the thing, they never talk about the Yozora fight, so I'm not too sure if they finished the Yozora fight or maybe they made a video about it. I never see a video from them, but I read the post. And they never mentioned Yozora, so maybe they didn't finish that. But I do agree with this, so the bad thing rehashes further complications. I was fine with the... No, I was fine with that. I was really fine with that, kind of. Except, okay, I wasn't really fine with that, to be fair. The data bosses aren't really feasible unless you're over leveled. That I have a problem with, because I remember Sora Alarm 1, he did a level 1 run and he beat Yozora on critical mode on level 1. How? I don't know, but he did it. So shout out to you, Sora Alarm. You're a good lad. You're better than me. And then new playable characters pale in comparison to Sora. I kind of agree with this. I personally loved playing as Roxas more than the other playable characters. A little bit more than Sora, actually, because how fast he was. But again, that's my personal thing. It's your personal thing. And yeah, it's just how you look at it. Overall, it depends on how you see the game. If you think you're gonna like the game, buy it. If you don't like it, then you made a boo-boo. But seriously, like, it's fun, it's fine. But there is one quote I wanted to pull up from Sora Alarm 1. I just spoke about him now. So he tweeted this out. So Sora Alarm 1 actually tweeted this out. He said, half of what makes Remind so amazing is the patch that came out with it. So it kind of sucks to see that stuff not get even a small mention in the big site reviews of DLC. But then again, if you played the game once on release and once now, maybe you wouldn't know. So yes, that is most likely how all reviewers are. They'll play the game once because it's their job to do it, and then if something new for the game comes out, they have to play that part again. And yeah, I honestly completely agree with the GOAT over here. He's the greatest. I mean, level 1 critical mode. Dean, you're a good lad, man. Good lad. But yes, seriously, it's pretty much that's how it should be. You know, review some patches. Okay, I know they can't review all patches, but significant patches like that one for Kingdom Hearts, that was good. Then he tweeted out this again following that up. He said, Remind is made for hardcore fans, and I hope Square sees that all of us that really love it and don't get discouraged by the bigger reviewer sites. If you happen to love it, spread the love and let Square know on social media. I agree with this 100%. So if you love Square Enix's work on Remind, tweet at them, say it was an amazing thing. It's your experience. I keep on saying never trust reviewers, because at the end of the day, it's your experience. Like I love The Quiet Man. It's one of the worst games of 2018 apparently, but I liked it. Okay, I liked it, and I agree with Dean on this. I don't know if he's gonna watch this video, but I really respect him for tweeting this out. I completely 100% agree with him. So Dean, if you're watching this, thank you for being the voice of the people. As I am the voice of the people, Skinny Barrett, I am the king, and I know you can somewhat see my eyes between these, because my fury bends the reflection of glasses. IGN, Skinny Barrett ain't proud of you. Skinny Barrett's disappointed. Honestly, that's my thoughts about this whole situation. Look, if IGN completed their thing, I'm fine with if they gave it a 6 or a 7 or whatever. Just complete games. I remember, what was it, Resident Evil 2, they didn't complete the second scenario or something like that for the remake. And then straight after that, they gave it a 10 out of 10 because they gave the other version 9? I don't know what it was, but yeah. Or was it a 9 they gave it? They gave it an 8 point something. I don't know, but honestly, this entire thing with IGN, they need to finish games, or at least view everything. I know this is just DLC, it's not in the main game, And yes, I know people are complaining about the priciness. Like, okay, if you cannot buy the DLC now, wait for it to go on sale. Is it a bit pricey? If you cannot afford it, that's fine. You know, I didn't want to buy it. That's why I saved up. You know, I saved up my money in order to get there. I had to like do some work and all that. But yeah, you know, you can save up money for it like in advance. That's why they announce release dates further down the line. And if you're disappointed by it, I can't do anything by that because it's your experience. But I, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, enjoyed it. I loved it. It was so fun. I love the combat. The boss fight, Yozora is my rival now, but he will never come into this real world, so I can't really fight him. And plus, if I did fight him, I'd lose. However, let me know in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts about this? Do you agree with Dean, Sora Alarm 1? I do. I definitely do. Do you agree with IGN even though they never finish a game for the review? I respect Dean's view and I completely agree with it. Let me know in the comments what you think. So yeah, guys. And as always, this is the Lightning H8. Blaze out.